Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about Epictetus. He's one of those teachers that I like coming back to again and again. So many valuable lessons to extract from Epictetus. And today I'm going to give you 3 quotes and 3 lessons. The first 2 will be from Epictetus, the Penguin Classics version, a translation of the Discourses and Selected Writings. So the first one, here we go. The assayer will let the denarius drop and listen intensely to its ring. And he is not satisfied to listen just once. After repeated listening, he practically acquires a musician's subtle ear. It is a measure of the effort we are prepared to expend to guard against deception when accuracy is at a premium. When it comes to our poor mind, however, we can't be bothered. We are satisfied accepting any and all impressions, because here the loss we suffer is not obvious. So what's Epictetus getting at here? What's the message here? Well, he starts off by describing this old habit of they would take the denarius, which is a coin, right? They would bang it against a table, perhaps, and from the ring they could tell of a coin was diluted with some other kind of metal, right? So they developed a way to test the accuracy of the coins. He's saying, but what about the impressions? What about your mind, right? So, and what is he getting at? The impressions are the things that life throws at you. So he's saying, what about the things that life throws at you? When do you put those things to the test, right? And what is he saying? Okay, putting the things that life throws at us to the test. Like, what does that even mean, right? I guess this we can turn to Viktor Frankl, who wrote a book called The Man's Search for Meaning, where he describes this space between stimulus and action. And in this case, stimulus, what Viktor Frankl calls stimulus, is the same thing Epictetus calls impressions, the things that life throws at us. So Viktor Frankl is saying between stimulus and action, stimulus and our reaction to the things that life throws at us, right? That space, there's a space there for us to explore. And very little of us explore that space. We just react. Whatever life throws at us, we react. And sometimes in very negative ways, right? Ways that hurt us. So this reaction, it just happens, right? We don't put things, these impressions to the test. We don't explore that space between stimulus and action, right? And what is there to explore in that space? Well, let me give you an example. I lead a team of 45 employees, right? So let's say someone comes up to me because they're having problems with someone else and they're not getting along, right? They can come up to me with that, and I can be focus on deadlines and all these other things going on and making sure, everything's running smoothly. And this comes up to me, and I can easily be just stressed out, right? I can get anxious or stressed out about people not getting along, and I can let the impression just fill me with all these emotions, right? Or people can tell me, hey, this is going on, I'm not so and so, blah, and I can accept it. I can think what is under my control, right? Another Stoic principle. Okay, well, people are sometimes not going to get along, right? Not everyone's always going to get along. That is outside of my control. Everyone not getting along is outside of my control. Okay, so I won't let myself get anxious. I won't let myself get stressed about something like that. But what can I do, right? I'm not ignorant. I'm not bad at what I do either. I need to do something. So what can I do? Well, I can seek to understand what's going on, right? I can sit down with these folks one-on-one and I can talk to them and hear their side and make them feel heard about what's going on, right? I can make them feel understood, right? And then that's literally a strategy I use, and then things get better between the folks just because that you created a space, a non-judgmental space for them to speak, right? So look at the difference. Came the impression, I get stressed, I get anxious, I can let it fester and then hopefully it solves itself, or I can take a minute, have no reaction, analyze it for what it is. You know what? People are sometimes they're not going to get along. There's nothing I can do about that. What can I do? I can seek to understand to get to a resolution and help these folks out that I want them to be happy on my team. Right? And that's what Epictetus is talking about. Okay, quote number 2 and lesson number 2. This one says, remember that you are an actor in a play, the nature of which is up to the director to decide. If he wants the play to be short, it will be short. If he wants it long, it will be long. And if he casts you as one of the poor, or as a cripple, as a king or as a commoner, whatever role is assigned, the accomplished actor will accept and perform it with an impartial skill. But the assignment of roles belongs to another. So what's the lesson here? Epictetus is saying life is going to give you many roles. You're going to get many roles in life. And like an actor, our duty is to play those roles to the best of our abilities. And I like this message because I think it gives a simple template for this question of what's my purpose in life? Like, what should I be? Why am I here? What's my purpose? I think this is a simple template that reminds you of what you have control of, and it's playing the roles that life gives you to the best of your abilities. Because you don't get to decide whether you're born into a rich family or a poor family. You don't get to decide whether you're born in a third world country or in a first world country. You don't get to decide who your kind of parents you have, what kind of siblings you're going to have, right? The city you're born in. You don't get to decide the conditions in which you're brought into this world. Like, you don't get to decide any of that. So what can I focus on? Well, playing the role that I do get to the best of my abilities. If today I have the role of father or a mother, my duty is to play the role of father or mother to the best of my abilities. If I have the role of a student right now, to be the best student that I can possibly be. If I have the role of a teacher, to be the best teacher that I can possibly be. Right? The role of a son, of a daughter, of a brother, to play those roles to the best of our abilities. That is the only thing within our control. Not what roles we get in life. Today you have the role of a healthy person, and tomorrow you can fall into ill health, right? Not even our health many times. Things just happen to us, right? Even that is not fully under our control. We want to believe that everything is under our control, and if I can just keep every little... But it doesn't work that way, right? So what is left? To play whatever role to the best of our abilities. That's lesson number 2. Okay, third and final quote and lesson here, and this one's short and sweet. Epictetus said, if you're told that someone's talking badly of you, don't defend yourself against the story, but reply, obviously he did not know my other faults, or he would have mentioned those as well. There's a little bit of humor there from Epictetus, right? So he reminds me of Don Miguel Ruiz's book, the Four Agreements. Agreement number 2 is don't take things personal, right? And Don Miguel Ruiz is echoing what Epictetus is saying here. Don't take things personal. If someone talking badly about you, he's literally saying, hey, he obviously doesn't know me that well. Also, he would also have mentioned these things about me, these other faults about me, right? There's humility and awareness to a person that can acknowledge his faults, that can publicly state them, that they're not some kind of secret that they try to keep, right? Like if people couldn't tell what your faults are, people know your faults. Someone knows you long enough, they know your faults. And it's comforting for you to be able to acknowledge them. At least they know, okay. At least they know their faults. They're not crazy pretending like they're perfect, right? So there's a sense of peace that comes from not taking things personal, right? It goes back to this stimulus and action that we talked about in the first lesson, right? Not letting impressions just make you react. It's like people talking bad about you. Again, Epictetus is reminding us to not be so reactive, right? Instead of getting angry, you're saying, oh, if they knew me better, they would have also mentioned these other faults about me, right? So there's a way of serenity, of accepting these kinds of things. And I think about how less stressed you'd be in life if you wouldn't take things personal, right? How much stress anxiety we would save ourselves from not taking those things personal, right? It's a very simple lesson, but very important, right? Well, that's 3 lessons from Epictetus. I hope you found some value in this. I recommend you this. This was the third one from a different translation of Epictetus, the A.A. Long version. Highly recommend it. Epictetus, worth a read. Thank you.